Hi folks, welcome to another Walton adventure. Embrace the journey. I was thinking the other day, I take a lot of the stuff in my life for granted, and one of those things is bread. Yeah, bread. I take it for granted. You just go to the store and there's an aisle and it's full of the stuff, full of bread. We buy it, we take it home, we eat it, we don't think much of it. I was thinking, well, how did it get here in the first place? So in this video, Karen's going to make some bread, bake some bread, and we'll give you a little history about bread. And for all of you out there that bake your own bread, you know that when it's in the oven baking, what a smell that is. It's just sensational. And then when it comes out and it's warm and you cut it and you slather it with butter, I don't think it comes much better than that. Bread. And then sometimes take that bread, pop it in the toaster, and have buttered toast. Oh, we love buttered toast. So, I hope you enjoy this video, learn a little bit about bread, and see us make some bread. You'll see us make it, bake it, and eat it. Hey, if you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed, please do. We actually got up to 204 folks. Maybe we can make it to 210. Who knows? This one, though, is about bread. There are so many types of bread. There's brown bread, and of course there's flat bread. There's multi-grain bread, there's quick bread, rye bread, salt rising bread. I don't know what that stuff is. There's sandwich bread. We like that. Soda bread, sourdough. I really like sourdough. There's unleavened bread, which I commonly call matzah. There's white bread. There's whole wheat bread. And of course, there's all kinds of other breads. There's baguettes, there's raisin bread, there's cheese bread. So many different kinds of breads. Can't forget banana nut bread. And we can't forget the famous bagel that was invented in 1683. And if you eat a bagel, you gotta get them in New York, because New York bagels are simply better.
I've decided I want to make this bread. I haven't made it before. It's the Blue Ribbon White Bread. This recipe took first place in 7 consecutive years at their local fair, whatever state that's from. And the secret ingredient, I think, in this is a smidgen of ginger. So we shall see what happens. This is out of the Best of Country breads, which I've had for a long time, as you can tell by all the notes. The world's oldest evidence of bread making dates back to 14,500 years ago. Evidence was found in Jordan's northeastern desert. Around 10,000 BC, at the beginning of the Neolithic Age, grains became the mainstay of making bread. An early leavened bread was baked as early as 6000 BC by the Sumerians. They passed their knowledge to the Egyptians, who refined the process and started adding yeast to the flour. The ancient Egyptians, Greeks, and Romans all considered it as a sign of civilization. Bread is the staple food of the Middle East, Central Asia, North Africa, Europe, and in the European-derived cultures such as those in the Americas, Australia, and Southern Africa. This is in contrast to parts of South and East Asia where rice and noodles are the staple. Bread is usually made from a wheat flour dough that is cultured with yeast, allowed to rise, and finally baked in an oven. The addition of yeast to the bread explains the air pockets commonly found in bread. Owing to its high levels of gluten, which give the dough sponginess and elasticity, common or bread wheat is the most common grain used for the preparation of bread, which makes the largest single contribution to the world's food supply of any food. The idea of a freestanding oven that could be preheated with a door for access appears to have been Greek.
Yummy bread. Yummy bread.
Yummy.
Grandma bread.
Now I'm going to try a different type of bread. I have never done this before. This is a overnight fermentation. It uses the refrigerator to slow the fermentation process, and this gives enzymes and microorganisms ample time to work on the molecules in the dough and develop the flavor. So we're just gonna mix the dough, mix it all together, and once it's mixed, we're going to put it in the refrigerator overnight. And then tomorrow, we'll take it out and we'll see what happens. I'm going to put it right in the refrigerator and let it set overnight. It can set up there up to 4 days if you want. We're just going to do an overnight stay in the fridge. This is the new recipe using the refrigerated method where it rests in the refrigerator overnight. And this dough is really hard. You take it out 2.5 hours before. It has to rise 2.5 hours. And then you bake it for about 45-50 minutes. But normally it's pretty easy to make this dough into a loaf. But so this way. Go. This was the recipe with the overnight fermentation. This is a sandwich loaf. So we'll see how well that cuts later on, and also how good it tastes. Just plopped right out. Turn it right over. Looks good. are. The fruits of our labor. It looks good. It's a little smaller than the other loaf, but
It's bread. And it's warm. And it's buttery. It's delicious.
it's a good recipe. Which one do you prefer? This one or the other one?
The other one was bigger slices of bread. And when we put them in the toaster, we had big. This is a shorter,
Yeah, and I think this one is a little more dense.
probably dense.
Not quite as airy as the other one.
Well, we hope you like this video about bread, a little history of bread.
I'm hungry.
And I think our granddaughter said it the best when she said, yum, grandma bread.
Yeah. It's here for grandmas.
Grandma's.
Go, grandmas.
Magnifico.
Yes, that too.